Welcome to today's Explainer. If you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, or really just anyone dipping their toes into the world of commercial real estate, you know that finding that perfect physical location, it feels like crossing a massive finish line. But today, we're navigating the high-stakes, hidden traps of commercial leasing, drawing on some incredibly valuable insights from the architecture and construction experts at Letter 4. So let's jump right into this and see exactly how you can protect your business from making a very costly mistake right at the starting line.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to be completely honest here. Is your pen hovering over that massive, totally intimidating lease agreement right now? Maybe you found a space with amazing foot traffic, killer natural light, and a landlord who actually seems pretty reasonable. You've negotiated the basic rent, and you were just so eager to get the keys and start building your dream space.
Well, wait. Do not sign it just yet. Seriously, the urgency here is real. Signing that document right now, especially if you're doing it without a very specific team of experts already in your corner, could actually be a massive financial trap. I know, it feels totally counterintuitive, right? You want the space, you sign the lease. But our source material completely flips that script.
The commercial lease trap.
Think of a commercial lease like a giant iceberg. The monthly rent and the square footage, that's literally just the tip. We need to look at what's actually lurking underwater. Because if you don't fully grasp a landlord's specific design rules, you're setting yourself up for some serious hidden traps. We're talking unexpected roadblocks with the city, suddenly added design expenses out of nowhere, and just agonizing construction delays. And the absolute worst-case scenario? You could end up tied to a multi-year lease for a space that is fundamentally unfeasible for your specific business. Imagine paying rent for a restaurant in a space that physically cannot support a commercial kitchen hood. Now that is the ultimate trap.
Section 2. Enter the design-build team.
So, if this commercial lease is a treacherous iceberg, you're going to need a highly specialized guide. Enter the design-build team. This is a collaborative approach to construction, but I want you to notice the key emphasis here. It brings together architects, engineers, and contractors from the very beginning of a project, not after you sign the lease, not when you're picking out paint colors. This integrated approach ensures every single technical aspect is accounted for while you still actually have the leverage to walk away.
Instead of playing a frustrating game of telephone between a standalone architect, an external engineer, and a separate general contractor who, let's face it, might just point fingers at each other when things go sideways, you're hiring a cohesive unit. This united front protects you from those lease traps through vastly better communication and coordination. They review the landlord's complex construction guidelines together, which means they spot those red flags instantly.
Section 3. Negotiating your best deal.
Now, you might be thinking negotiations are strictly just between you, your broker, and the landlord, right? But leaving your design-build team out of this phase is kind of like buying a used car without letting a mechanic look under the hood first. Take common incentives like tenant improvement credits or free rent. Landlords absolutely love throwing these out there to get you to sign. But how do you know if, say, a $60,000 credit is actually a good deal? Well, you don't, but your design-build team does. Your architect and contractor step in, they analyze your specific business needs, and they calculate the real cost required for your build-out. They might look at it and realize, hey, your improvements will actually cost $150,000, which allows you to go right back to the negotiating table armed with hard, undeniable data.
Section 4. Decoding the work letter. Okay, if you take nothing else away from this explainer today, please pay close attention to this next document. It's called the landlord's work letter. This outlines the specific improvements or alterations the landlord agrees to make to the space before you move in. Sounds pretty great on the surface, doesn't it? But trust me, this document is an absolute minefield. It can significantly impact your rent, your out-of-pocket build-out costs, and your ongoing operating expenses for the entire duration of your lease. You absolutely need trained eyes on this. To put this into perspective, let's say the landlord's work letter very generously offers to cover the total cost of installing a brand new HVAC system. Fantastic, right? Well, hold on. A design-build expert is going to review that letter and likely point out the hidden tenant burden. You are now legally responsible for all of the expensive ongoing maintenance and operational costs of that massive system for the next 10 years. See, these seemingly generous offers can easily mask long-term financial burdens. Your team catches those nuances before you're on the hook.
Section 5. Avoiding hidden code surprises.
Because the legal contract is just one thing, right? The physical reality of commercial building codes is an entirely different beast. If this is your first time building out a commercial space, you probably aren't thinking about incredibly rigid hurdles like parking requirements dictated by the city, mandatory disabled access upgrades, or hidden mechanical, electrical, and plumbing updates.
Failing an ADA compliance check or suddenly realizing the city requires you to add 3 more parking spots that you physically do not have can literally completely halt your business from opening. A design-build team navigates this incredibly complex web of codes before you sign, making sure the space is actually viable.
Section 6. Saving time and money.
So, what does this all mean? Well, all of this strategy culminates in the ultimate payoff for you. Let's just walk through this logical progression together. Because you brought the architects and contractors in early, step 1, you identify structural and legal problems before they ever cost you a single dime. Step 2, the team finds collaborative solutions together rather than arguing over whose fault it is. This naturally leads to step 3, vastly fewer delays and construction errors. And all of that results in the most important metric of all, step 4, getting your business up and running and actually generating revenue much, much sooner.
Which really brings us to the core thesis of our source material from Letter 4. Though it may seem like an extra step, consulting with the design-build team before signing your commercial lease can save you time and money in the long run. It is an upfront investment in your own peace of mind. It transforms a potentially disastrous, highly stressful gamble into a calculated, confident business decision. You aren't just renting a space here, you're engineering a successful launch.
So I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you truly ready to sign that lease alone? Or is it maybe time to pause, build your expert collaborative team, and make absolutely sure that space is truly ready for you? If you're eyeing a commercial space right now, taking that preliminary step and consulting with a firm like Letter 4 might just be the most profitable decision you make all year. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll catch you next time.